What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Gumby and the Goobers, Week 10, NFL. Brian, how we doing?
I'm excited to be here today. This will be an interesting stream just because we'll get into the slate a little bit later, but this upcoming week, there's a lot of Q tags for a lot of high name wide receivers. So makes drafting, so early in the week very interesting for that regard. So we'll see how it goes. Excited to recap a little bit of what happened this past week. Excited to look forward to the future. And we have a little mini win well, maybe not mini. We have a bit of a win to celebrate, but we'll get to that after we talk about Anthony and see how his week went. Anthony, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I want to first thank everyone for joining us tonight on election night in America. And let me just say, no matter who you're voting for today or early voting, always remember to vote in favor of punting the tight end. If you do that, America can be great again. America can be strong again. So vote in favor of punting the tight end. That's all you need to know. But no, Brian, just to go off of your point a minute ago, injuries were absolutely brutal this past Sunday. I think for a number of teams, in particular, I think at the wide receiver position, we had a few injuries that are concerning to me. The one guy I do want to call out in particular, CD Lamb, right? So this guy has been consistently going at the 1.01 or 1.02 all year long in underdog drafts. And now with Cooper Rush in at quarterback for the foreseeable future, at least, I do not think he deserves to be a first or second round pick. We saw what happened to Tyreek Hill. I know people are going to say Cooper Rush has been with the Dallas Cowboys for a few years now. He's comfortable with CD. They've obviously played together before, but I just don't think I can draft CD Lamb nearly as high going forward.
I know you said you didn't look at any of the board yet. What do you think CD Lamb's ADP is, Anthony?
Overall, or just amongst receivers?
Overall.
I have not looked at the board yet. I'm going to say it's still very high. I'm going to say it's like 5 or 6.
Oh,
19.6.
Wow, really? 19?
Yeah. To be fair, hardly any drafts have been done just because they just posted the stuff today.
Well, that actually makes more sense to me. I'm actually glad you said that. I'm glad that I was very wrong on that because that tells me that Underdog actually is aware of their surroundings. So I am happy to hear that he's at 19 and not. So then 19 would put him at what? I guess in a 6-man, that would be a 4th round pick?
Yep,
so, yeah, that's on par with what I said.
3rd, 4th round, yeah, depending on where he goes.
But yeah, since it's election night, I did want to get something political off my chest. No NBA tonight? Come on. What are we doing? I need to play some NBA.
They are forcing us to watch the election coverage.
Yeah.
It's like that meme. If you've ever seen the meme of the guy that holding that guy's eyes open, have you seen that? You know what I'm talking about, Gumby?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I know, Brian, you're not on the internet. You still use a Razor phone, little flip phone.
That is, I prefer the Envy. I prefer the Envy, the little flip phone with the keyboard.
Yeah, it's all right. It's probably healthier that way.
I agree.
We're spooked. GM, how you doing? Seth, what's up? Still very surprising that he's going that late. Yeah, like I said, the volume of drafts this week so far is so low, so it might just be fake. I don't know. We'll see. I'm curious.
Yeah. How did you guys do? How did you guys do in week 9? I know we had a couple of fun lineups along the way.
Yeah, I'll pull up my dog bowl sweat that I had. How'd you guys do while I pull it up?
I had done 12 or 7 teams. 4 of them were in the money. One of them was an interesting one. I drafted this team on Saturday. I actually forgot I had JSN at all. I didn't think I had any of them. The best team was Lamar, Kamara, Bijan, JSN, Devonta Smith, and Brock Bowers. So it was good, but the tight end just not having Gesicki just made it kind of unfun pretty late as the slate went on.
Yeah, this was my my dog bowl team, and I shared with you guys earlier that I had Tucker Kraft and Mike Gesicki in the same tier, but I was IKB-ing Gesicki every single time. So this was one of the 3 drafts I took Tucker Kraft into diversify.
Where did you say you would have finished if you took Gesicki there?
Oh, we don't want to talk about that.
He would have won.
I would have got second place, which qualified.
It would have been a qualifier, yeah.
Yeah, this guy fucking crushed it. Shout out to Chad.
It's a good team.
Not a team I ever would have drafted in a million years, but
yeah,
that's why you're smarter than me.
Zay Flowers is just so good, man. I even said it on. I'll take the blame on Friday's stream. I went back and watched it because I know there was an instance where we could have drafted Zay Flowers, where we pretty much had almost all the nuts except Gesicki on that team, and we wound up talking out of it just because of Patrick Surtain. Either Patrick Surtain has been getting worse progressively as the season's gone on, or Zay Flowers is just becoming an alpha with
how much
unbelievable build.
Was Surtain even following Zay Flowers? Honestly, I didn't watch that game, so I couldn't tell you. But Zay Flowers is He's a little 5'10" and a half. Like he's not like that alpha receiver that like Surtain would usually, follow around the football field. So, I mean, I'd be curious to know if someone looked into the underlying data, like how much he actually followed Flowers around. I feel like it probably wasn't that much.
Yeah, I haven't seen anyone talk about Surtan's coverage on Flowers. You're right. He is more of an outside guy. He doesn't usually follow people that go into the slot. And I did see some of the highlights that Zay had, and a lot of them were just like deep play, like 30-yard plays down the field that Lamar was just kind of scrambling, just chucks it down the field, kind of just making plays happen. But anyway, I won't go too much into the Baltimore offense here. It was a good team. Just one pick. That's all it took.
Just want to give a shout out to the Sims here. I feel like it was pretty directionally accurate. Chase Brown was good. Was James Conner good last week? He was pretty good, right?
Solid.
I don't know if he scored a touchdown.
JSN, what a nice one. Love that.
Dobbins, yeah.
It seems pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, Sims were right. JSN, great pick there.
Yeah. He was my highest owned player in the Dog Bowls. I had 23% of him.
Nice.
I did a bunch of drafts Sunday morning because like I kind of saw like the Brian Robinson news before it was like actually official. Like it was like, oh, like he had a long conversation with trainers and like they looked unhappy. I sent that in the Discord and everyone kind of ignored me. But I was like, I'm just gonna take the risk. I'm just gonna take Austin Eckler every time. So I had like 20% Austin Eckler, and that was almost so good, but it just didn't quite get there.
Nice. Yeah, it's a good directional strategy though. Clearly almost paid off. He scores that second touchdown.
Right. He was just never being drafted, so it would have been very nice.
Right.
You guys want to talk through the slate a little bit, or do you want to hop in a draft and talk through it as we go?
We can talk high level, just positionally. Some players that we like are ones that we're staying away from. I think when it comes to quarterback and wide receiver, specifically, just from what I've seen, I think you really want to try to grab them early. Even when I say wide receiver, I'm really just talking about Jefferson and then just continue to push it, just because if you like Garrett Wilson is the wide receiver too, going at the end of the second round. Like it's Jefferson that should be going 101 in every draft, and then just almost wait on receiver if you can't get Jefferson in the first couple picks.
Yeah. I mean, every week we're gonna do the thing where Saquon Barkley has a big week, and then he's the 101, and then he doesn't project well, and then he drops down a little bit. So, yeah, I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah, this is a weird board this week. I mean, just so many Q tags at wide receiver, especially now you got McCaffrey thrown into the mix at running back.
Any McCaffrey thoughts?
Yeah, I'm interested in Anthony. Do you have any specific thoughts? Because I'm kind of just I would probably take him at like the 6 or 7 spot, but I don't know if he'll ever be there. But I still don't even know if I really want him or if I'm just getting that ADP peer pressure into taking balls that far. Like, I don't think I want it.
It's a tricky one. I mean, I feel like McCaffrey, like he's a guy like when he comes back, if it is this week, I think he's going to be all systems go. I don't think it's going to be, let's kind of ease this guy back into the mix, 10 touches, that sort of thing. San Francisco, I mean, they're in the thick of the NFC West race right now. So, I mean, they need all the help they can get, especially in the red zone. Their offense really just bogs down in the red zone without McCaffrey. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm not forcing a McCaffrey pick. I'm really, unless he falls in my lap, like you said.
I highly, highly doubt he would be all systems go, to be honest. I feel like they're going to limit him a lot. Yeah. But, I don't know. Wasn't last week his first week, limited practice, and then this week he's full practice? It's not like he's had, a ton of time to ramp up. I think they're going to limit him a lot more than people think. I'm curious what, obviously the projection people are going to know more than me, but I would be surprised. It's going to be hard for them to give him enough volume where he would be able to pay off this ADP from just a projection wise. I mean, he could obviously do it. They're going to use him more in the red zone. So he has wouldn't be surprised if he just scored 3 touchdowns and you needed him anyway. But with this, if he's actually going at 4, I'm probably not going to be taking much. I'd rather have Kamara.
This running back list is sick.
Yeah. I mean, do you really need to take McCaffrey when looks good even all the way down here?
I mean, even Pollard, somebody like that. Yeah. Kareem Hunt. I mean, I'm with you, Brian. I mean, obviously we haven't even jumped in a draft yet, but I mean, this is one of those weird weeks where, I kind of said to you guys in a text earlier today, I don't usually like having the 1.01 in NFL just because, unlike NBA, the projections just don't hit the way that they do in NBA. But this week, I mean, if I can get the 101, I'm taking Jefferson and going to the bank with it because that's really the pick in my opinion.
And then, go ahead, Eric. Sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Last thing, just before we hop into a draft, what are your guys' overall thoughts if you could just filter by wide receiver? There's like 5 guys. You have Debo, AJ Brown, CD Lamb, Olave, and London. Like, what do you guys think about them? Is it an overall strategy? Is it a player by player take? Olave looked like he literally almost died, so I would probably just stay away from him, especially because it's his 4th concussion in the last couple of years. But the other guys seem to be more day to day and avoided any serious long term injury, so they may play this week. What's the thought process going into a Tuesday before anyone practiced?
So just my lean on the Q tags, I would say Debo seems pretty 50-50. I think AJ Brown's going to play. CD Lamb looks like he's going to play, and Drake London, I would say probably like 70-30 he's going to play. Olave, yeah, I think he's going to be done for a while. So I wouldn't take him. But Devontae, like the thing, here's my strategy here. Devontae Smith is only this high because AJ Brown is questionable. He should not be going this high if AJ Brown is in. So for that reason, I'm probably just going to wait and not take him at all. Because like how much, let's say AJ Brown's ruled out tomorrow, right? How much does Devontae Smith rise from 17 ADP? Like 3 or 4 spots? Like that's nothing. Doesn't matter. But yeah, I'll be taking AJ Brown. Debo, I'll take some. CD Lamb, which like we talked about, it's just so tough without a quarterback.
Even with Dak, he wasn't having, other than the 4th quarter, like this in week 8. He really hasn't. They haven't been on the same page at all. So,
yeah. I mean, you see it right there. He's getting targets, but it's not. I mean, like you said, that San Francisco game. I mean, that was all the 4th quarter, just garbage catch-up time, like really garbage catch-up time. So, I mean, yeah, it's going to get worse with Cooper Rush. I mean, Tyreek Hill, he feels your pain, man. So
we got the infamous location error. I thought they would fix that when they went down for maintenance. Spook says got screwed by London, Olave, and Puka. Yeah,
I got screwed big time on Puka. I knew he was going to play. Like I just had the feeling he was going to play, and then I was like, all right, if he's going to play, I got to start him. And then he does nothing, 1 catch, and then decides to get ejected, which was kind of icing on the cake for a shit week for Puka.
Yeah, I had a lot of London, not that much Olave, not that much Puka, but yeah, the London one hurt. Because London looked like a fucking smash too. I had a bunch of good dog teams with him on it. It's like, oh well, that 9 points hurts.
Yep. Yeah, he looked like he was primed for a big week, starting off strong. That 20-yard touchdown catch, I was expecting like a huge breakout game from him this week. But that makes Mooney intriguing. That's kind of what I was going to see. Like even if London does play, I still think Mooney at his current ADP will pay back the value. And if he doesn't play London, then Mooney's going to be like a top 5 wide receiver.
Yeah, Mooney projected really well last week. He was in the same tier for me as JSN, even with London in. So like he was still a good pick to me.
Some interesting before the draft starts, there were some very interesting highest air yard players in this past week. So I'm excluding certain like obvious players, people like Justin Jefferson, and then those that are on bye. So JSN is obviously also not here. But 5 interesting names that I thought worth mentioning: Cortland Sutton, Calvin Ridley, Mooney, Adunze, and Devonta Smith. Thought that was just an interesting group of receivers that had a lot of air yards. Some of them converted it into points this past week. Some of them didn't. But again, just thought it was worth mentioning here.
You know what they say about air yards?
That they don't count for points?
Prayer yards.
What?
Prayer yards. You're praying for them.
Prayer yards.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yep.
Didn't Olave like last year lead the world in that stat?
Mm-hmm.
And he did like not much with it.
What do you guys think here?
I would probably go Bijan. Saints with the new coach.
Bijan or Reese.
Good offense.
Bijan as well.
Bijan, I got to give him credit. You know, he was a guy that we kind of shat on a few weeks ago on the stream.
Yep.
He wasn't really scoring points. Looked good, but didn't score points, and he's scoring points now.
Travis Kelce.
Wow.
Any thoughts here? I don't really like Josh Allen yet.
Yeah. I would take Debo. I think Debo's going to rise a ton.
I like Jonathan Taylor.
We could take him. I'm just like, there's not going to be any receivers left. Like, you're not going to like any of the receivers.
I don't like them right now.
Really? You don't like Debo?
Nah, I'll wait a little bit and see what's good with that. I don't know. I think he's more questionable than his ADP suggests.
Really? Even after the bye week, I thought, what is it that is hurt? His wrist?
Rib cartilage.
What isn't hurt for Debo at this point? I mean, this
Oblique
dude,
strain. Yeah.
he's a very talented football player, but my Christ, I mean, he is on the injury report during the offseason.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't believe in injury prone, but I don't know.
Talk to Will Fuller.
I feel like there's
Will
maybe
Fuller?
like some guys just like I feel like Kadarius Toney comes to mind. I think I've mentioned this on stream before, where it's like
You
maybe
have.
some guys just don't take care of their body, and like that's like injury prone where that comes from. But like I don't think Debo's like that.
I mean, he's like, his issues are like, I mean, he got pneumonia.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's not even like injuries.
Anyone you like here?
I don't know. This is kind of that weird zone. I like all the receivers, but I'm just scared about how they're going to play.
I don't mind
I like
Q tagging
AJ Brown.
AJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
If
I
he
didn't
goes,
actually
he's my
see-
number 2 receiver.
Yeah, he's gonna definitely be the number 2 receiver if he goes. Maybe Debo ahead of him, but I don't know. It seems like Debo would probably be docked for injury more than AJ Brown. It seems like his is a little bit more serious, so I could see AJ Brown being the wide receiver too.
And if
Yeah.
he falls to us, if he gets back to us, I would like McBride.
McBride's usage again has just like
He's
that
going
man
up.
cannot
Yeah,
score
stock
a
up on
passing
McBride.
touchdown. I think he had a rushing touchdown. this
Right,
past
he
week.
did.
Yeah, he did.
Like, what the hell are we doing? I mean, just throw him the ball in the end zone. Let him score. I like McBride as well this week.
Yeah, all right.
The thing is, how many passing touchdowns does Kyler even have this year? Like
Not
6?
many. I would say less than 8.
He had 4 points last week. I did not realize.
He just had 150 yards and nothing else. Like no touchdowns, no interceptions, no rushing yards.
Good for him. He's
And they won
he's
the game.
probably playing COD. That's fine.
And they won the game like pretty easily. I think they won like 29-9.
Kadon might be my pickup of the year in redraft fantasy.
Yep.
Though.
Yeah.
He is cooking.
Are they on the slate? They are.
Yeah, somebody just
Wow,
took him.
okay.
Somebody took him ahead of. Well, he went ahead of McBride, and he went ahead of who else? Or no, he went one pick after Kittle.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's definitely extremely correct, to be honest. I mean,
Oh,
his
wow.
usage is insane. He is good at football. Baker loves him. Like, what's there not to like?
He is good.
But yeah, I didn't get to talk about it before. Jonathan Taylor, against the Bills. It's a nut matchup. He's going to project pretty well, I would imagine.
Yeah. So, DeAndre Hopkins blast from the
Wow.
past yesterday. I think that's all just chasing box score watchers. Like, I would not want him this week.
He looked good.
He looked good,
Bunch
but
of first read stuff.
I know, but it's with the Chiefs. It's like, okay, yeah, it was Hopkins, and then Andy Reid's going to want to show how he's just going to want to be like, oh, you know what? We're gonna make this a Samaje Perine game, and then next week it'll be a Travis Kelce game. You're just
It
going to
was
be chasing your
also-
tail every week.
And we'll make the pick first, but I quick point on Kansas City afterwards.
I like Brian Thomas a lot this week. He is going to.
What
project
else
well.
is new?
I would rather have London.
We can
Although we
Q-tag
have
London.
Bijan, so I don't want to do
Uh,
that.
Yeah, that's true.
True.
I like Addison. I like Addison Darnold backdoor.
Okay, I'm good with an Addison Darnold backdoor stack. I'm very high on that game.
Yeah, I'm turning into more of a matchup, bro. What can I say? The Jacksonville. I'm convinced after watching Jalen Hurts come up.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
So Brian, just a quick point on like what you had said about Kansas City. The thing with Kansas City is like they also had their worst defensive game of the season against Tampa
It
last
did.
night. So I think that could be a scenario where like, they played their worst defensive game, and that's why Kansas City kind of had to like pass more, and why Mahomes actually had his best fantasy output of the year. So I don't know if I feel like you're right. Chasing Hopkins there might not be the play this week.
I think it's just fool's gold and unpredictable. Like I think the Kansas City is an 8.5-point home favorite. If anything, I would probably want Kareem Hunt. Just on the chance.
Who are they
score
playing?
rushing touchdowns. I forget who they're playing, but they're 8.5-point favorites.
All right, whoever they're playing, I'll take the other team against the spread. Because this Kansas City team, I don't think, if they're 8.5-point favorites, have they won a game this year by 9 points or more?
Definitely not.
They're playing the Broncos
I'll take the
in
Broncos.
Kansas City.
Take the Broncos plus the points.
So our team: Bijan, Jonathan Taylor, starts 2 running backs. High T, AJ Brown, Trey McBride, and then Addison and Darnold stacked up. I like it.
It's good. I almost kind of wish, in a way, we almost didn't take Bijan first because I kind of liked London late
Yeah.
to possibly Q swap with, but it's what it is.
hopped in a dog bowl. We need one to join to start this. So if anyone wants to hop in, Josh, GM, welcome.
Josh, what's up, man?
What up, Josh? Also, we kind of glossed over another important thing before the dog bowl starts. Eric, another win in NBA. Took down another slate. Congratulations.
No. This is my first win this year.
Oh, okay.
The other one was second place.
Oh, okay. Took down his first slate in NBA. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Almost took down the main too, but we didn't quite get there. Got 9th.
Don't be greedy.
Yeah. I know.
Man,
the
that
problem
was
was
a crazy
so
couple days.
in this one I had Jalen Brunson. The other one I had Karl Anthony Towns. So it was like what do I want here? I was watching like the play-by-play for the game. I was like, I don't even know. Like I just was kind of like anytime they got points, it was good. So
that would have been a crazy couple days. You would have had a dog bowl seat had you picked Gesicki instead of Kraft. You would have taken down an NBA slate after coming in second in an NBA slate a couple weeks ago. Like that's a pretty nuts couple of weeks.
Yeah, running good. Running very good right now.
Running good in NBA.
Yeah, running not in NFL. Not even close. Yep.
Well, last week was a good projection bro week.
Yeah, it was good. Let me pull up my exposures last week. I pretty much only did dog bowls last week. I feel like I'm way better at the 12 mans. Like I just don't know if I want to play the main BRs that much this week or
That's
even
fair.
going forward. I feel like there's more of an edge in the 12 mans.
Dog bowls are going to get harder with buys, though, especially in injuries this
That's
week.
what we want.
I like
It's
that.
going to get ugly.
I feel like I'm so much better at the ugly picks than anything else.
These are my exposures last week for the dog bowl stuff.
A lot of Chuba. Wow, a lot of Eckler. Jeez, you really just hammered those drafts on Sunday.
I literally picked him like every time I could in the 4th round.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean my highest owned
Mooney.
receivers smashed like.
I was just about to say you had like the nuts in wide receiver basically.
And
Minus say
is the worst part. Gesicki's my second highest owned, and then I had 3 shares of Tucker Craft. Man, that hurts. And like I said, I had them in the same tier. So what I did, like, because I had so much Gesicki, I just I pulled up like a random number generator and just did like 1 or 2, like when I was stuck with them, like towards like my last few Sunday drafts. And I guess I got Tucker fucking Craft in that one.
Brutal. So what do you want to do here?
Easy
Bijan? Yeah, this is an easy Bijan for me. I have Bijan as my running back too.
Look at the high testosterone here. Jesus.
A lot of men.
Yeah, after Jefferson, it's just going to be running backs because
Yep.
the wide receiver room, it's just there's a teardrop after the first player, which is kind of crazy. But
this is interesting with Crash Rich taking McCaffrey 3rd because he knows a lot of ball. He's a very good NFL player. So that makes me kind of reevaluate how I was out on McCaffrey. That's very interesting. And Luke Big.
Wow, Debo really early.
would you guys be questioning me if I said that Christian McCaffrey of like the last 15 years is the best running back in the NFL of the last 15 years?
I think I'd probably go LT or AP.
Yeah, probably.
LT, I don't think would. Well, LT was longer than 15 years. I'm saying like circa like from 2010 on.
CJ2K.
The best individual season, maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say he didn't really have the longevity. But
I think I'd probably go AP, but it's close. I could.
He did nothing in like the passing game though.
But he didn't have to, and he still was just as good.
Fair.
Yeah, back to my dog bowl exposures. At the expense of giving up edge, I think that this is the way to do your exposures to quarterbacks in the dog bowl. Pretty flat. Try to get everything.
Yeah.
I had a really good team with Drake May. It had like a mini Chargers game stack. It was like J.K. Dobbins and did Lad McConkey have a good game?
Not really.
Maybe
like 10
QJ
points.
Team. I had someone else on the.
Do you have
Chargers.
QJ?
I think I had one.
You may have had Q.
Him. I don't know.
There was one other guy that had a good team, had a good game with them, but I don't remember.
I was looking at that when Herbert threw that bomb to QJ. I was like, damn, I should have taken Herbert on this team instead of Naked May.
Intriguing. So, first round we have one, two, three, four. We have 8 running backs, 2 quarterbacks in Josh Allen and Hurts in order, and then Jefferson at the 101, Debo 107, and Garrett Wilson at 111. What are your guys' overall thoughts on the first round?
I I don't know. I think it's hard to take these quarterbacks here. I don't know how much better they're going to
I
project
agree.
than guys like Jaden Daniels.
Against Pitt, though?
Who cares? His matchups aren't real.
Even Sam Darnold, I
Except
like.
for Sam
against
Darnold, whose matchup is
Jacksonville.
good, then I care. Sam Darnold.
Baker might just have the nuts. I mean, Baker did well against Kansas City defense without Evans, Godwin, and McMillan.
That's true.
Ooh, although it does get kind of thin pretty quick towards the back end, so maybe that is right. I didn't even scroll this far. Like Russell Wilson, quarterback 12. That is not fun. Knicks against Kansas City, also not fun.
And that's what I was just about to say. Like, I have top 3 quarterbacks in Allen, Hurts, and Daniels, and then big drop off.
Daniels?
Yeah. It's scary because of Pitt. I don't know how high scoring that game's going to be, but it is net. Like, unless we want to do a Darnold stack with Addison.
I don't mind doing Daniels if you want to go with that, Eric.
I like Daniels.
Okay.
I agree. Tough matchup. Not ideal or optimal matchup, I guess, as we like to say. Optimal is the key word on the Underdog stream here, but I think it has to be done.
Yeah.
Now, if hypothetical, it won't happen, but if it does, just entertain my thought. If CeeDee Lamb comes back to us, not taken, are you going to take him or Terry just to stack with Daniels?
Probably Daniels.
You mean Terry?
Yeah, Terry. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Nope. CeeDee just went.
I knew he wouldn't.
Well, crash.
Just
crash
thought
wish.
exercise.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going for the full 6 Q tag player team. That's a fun one.
I mean, if neither of them were hurt, though, you could see 2 of those, both those guys go in top 3, depending on the week.
Yeah, but Cooper Rush, like
I know, but Cooper Rush is not
good. He is,
but he's not like an Anthony Richardson, like 40% completion. Like, he's a competent backup quarterback.
Wow, how far we fallen that he's not an Anthony Richardson. That's how sad. Imagine that like 3 months ago, like best ball when he's going in like the 4th round. Like, damn, that's what a fall from fucking grace for him.
Didn't make any sense. I have 0% exposure to him in any BBMs.
Yeah, I would like. I didn't have that much of him, and then Dave, who we were talking about him last week, he was in the stream for a little bit. He told me he was really. I think I said this before on stream. He was really in on Anthony Richardson, and I was like, oh shit, maybe this is a mistake. So I picked him a bunch of times at the end, but I was still under the field. I had like 5%.
I'm curious
Would
if
you guys.
Oh, go ahead, Anthony.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, what did you guys think about his comment when he was like, "Oh, I left the field because I was tired."
Let's make this pick first, then we'll roast.
Yeah, I have some thoughts. This is a Brian Thomas, Darnell Mooney smash. Either one.
Fun. Anthony, any preference? Any lean? Ball knower?
Probably Thomas.
Really?
Yeah, I was gonna go Mooney. Ugh, I don't know.
Really?
I love him.
Okay.
I would
go Mooney. I'm fine.
We do have Bijan though. Does that matter?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it doesn't in the dog, but whatever. We'll take Brian Thomas.
I like Thomas this week.
Yeah. So it's interesting. My best team in the dog bowl last week was Derrick Henry and Zay Flowers with Lamar.
Yeah, but that Ravens offense is just something special this year. Like, that seems like you have to just draft all 3 of them. Maybe throw Mark Andrews in if you really want to get cute, and just own the Ravens' entire team.
I mean, it makes sense though, because like if Lamar and Zay get there, probably means that Derrick Henry is going to be dominating the 4th quarter. So I'm sure he'll get there too. That was my thesis. I couldn't get that combo too much because people loved their fucking Lamar Jackson last week. But when I think I got it twice, so I was really trying to get it when I could. Also, shout out to Best Ball Josh. I was using his tool, the Best Ball overlay, which is it's incredible for managing your exposures. I'll pull it up after this draft to show you guys, but it's really cool.
Cool. So right now, just to recap the draft, we have Jaden Daniels at quarterback, Bijan as our running back, and Brian Thomas as our wide receiver. There is a player that I'd like. I don't know how you guys are going to feel about him. So I'll wait a little bit just in case we have any friends and family that are both in the draft and in the stream. But there is somebody on the board that we can currently visualize that I do like. And I'm curious if he falls back, if you guys are going to think the same.
I'm assuming that's who it was. If you saw that, good luck. This is the tool. So like it just shows like, so this like just like a normal exposure page, but like on the right side, you can search like how many times do I have Lamar with Derrick Henry, right? And it'll pull up. Oh, this is an old one. This is from like Friday, but like it'll show you like how many times like you have like two players together and like what the teams look like. And I was using it a lot on Sunday just to like try and like not have like the same combination so much.
Right. Interesting. Yeah, it's a good tool.
Cool.
Very easy to visualize.
Yeah, and like you don't like it also helps like when you're sweating the teams, you can be like, oh, what teams with Lamar and Zay that don't have Drake London, and like it removes the Drake London teams instead of like
we like
scrolling
pie
through it.
charts on the stream.
We do like
I'm a
charts.
big
We like
pie chart
graphs. Yeah. Seth said didn't make it publicly known, but I'm in. I apologize, best ball sin. Yeah, he is.
Oh,
he's
good.
right here.
He got picked. It was going to be Kincaid. His usage has been really good. He's been getting a ton of targets recently. Eric doesn't like him, which makes me like him even more.
No, he's just not good. I thought we like good football players. He's just not good at football.
He has a good opportunity, and I think he still could be a good football player.
There's your guy, Cortland Sutton. I didn't hate that pick.
I love Cortland Sutton.
I like how people are backing on Josh Downs now that Anthony Richardson's benched. All right, we're on the clock. Running back, wide receiver, tight end we need here. And he leans.
No.
Yeah, it's kind of rough here.
I mean, do we want to go with Downs?
Tony Pollard?
We can go Pollard. There's a couple late wide receivers I like that I think we can push.
Yeah, I'm
Chargers defense is tough.
Who?
Chargers defense is tough. I know Eric doesn't like the matchup notes, but Chargers defense is tough.
I mean, look at these running backs after Pollard. Like, this is disgusting.
I know.
Julius Chestnut.
Why is he up here?
That's probably someone like tanking a draft and like the ADP just didn't go back to normal yet. But I mean, there's a couple guys like if you scroll down
Robinson
that, like, aren't there. Like Rashad White is probably fine. Bucky Irving's probably fine in the last round. Javonte is really disgusting.
Yep. Eckler or Robinson.
It's just gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's why I pushed to a running back. Who are some of the receivers you like that are late? Like Ridley.
I like Ridley a lot. I like Adunze a lot, and I like Jawan Jennings.
Ray, if London's out, is
no.
Wait. So you're telling me that people think Michael Pittman is dead. Josh Downs is going like a round and a half before him. Are we serious? No, that is incorrect.
No, it's 100% true. Josh Downs is the alpha there. How can you not say that? Look at what they've done the last year.
As someone who doesn't watch the football games, that is wrong.
That's because you've never seen Josh Downs play football.
No, I've never seen Michael Pittman play football.
Well, that's a problem.
All right, so we're on deck.
We can't take Pittman. I will not let you take Pittman.
All right. I mean, you've generally been right on the calls to like not take someone, which unfortunately always makes me want to take them more. So it doesn't usually work out for me.
I don't mind. I don't want Ridley because we already got Pollard.
I don't
hate it in the dog bowls.
Yeah, but how many points? What do you think? What do you think the Titans' offense, like what their ceiling is against the Chargers' defense this week?
I think that we would get a 15 target, 10-point game.
Look what Adunze did.
Yeah, we'll go with Adunze. Why not?
Adunze. Here's the thing with Adunze. Like DJ Moore is like doing his best impersonation of quiet quitting I've ever seen. He just doesn't seem to care. I thought I saw an article written about DJ Moore like bumping shoulders with Caleb Williams, like shoulder checking him or whatever during the game. Like there's something going on between the two of them. And Adunze was a top 5 air yards guy this past week. I think Christian Gonzalez is going to be on DJ Moore, and that would mean that Rome should have some space to do what he wants. So I think this is going to be a big Rome week.
Yeah, I like the Rome pick more than Ridley.
Do we care about the Christian Gonzalez thing? Like, I feel like he's been kind of cooked. Like everyone who's played him has done well. So I don't know if I care about that.
I don't care about it too much.
I mean, we're treating him like he's Darrelle Revis. Like, yeah, no. Especially when the Texans. Go ahead.
If you're going to put their best defender on a guy who I think is worse than the best wide receiver on that team, like I would happily take Adunze there in that case.
Yeah, it feels like overthinking to me. Like look at this. Like the Patriots can't stop anyone. Texans had 41, Jags had 32, and they are horrible. The Jets had 22, and they couldn't score a point.
Well,
Like,
yeah, that's why we're going to
Titans
take a
had 20
doomsday.
points.
Does that make you want to take Caleb Williams stacked with a doomsday?
No, I don't think he's that good this season. For some
No,
reason.
New England can't stop anybody. It's a horrible, horrible team, horrible franchise. They need to go to the UFL.
Bring back relegation.
Yeah, we have it in soccer. Why not?
Yeah.
Speaking
of relegation, a great game next week is going to be the Giants versus the Panthers on Sunday morning, bright and early. London game. Loser stays in London, never comes back.
Oh, yeah. Take that, Germany. You're getting the Giants and the Panthers.
I mean, also very bullish on Tracy after last week. Tracy didn't practice for like 90% of the week and then goes in and takes like 70% of the snaps immediately.
Yeah.
Like, that is awesome.
Yeah, he's
Rogers.
Seth said I took the wrong buck. He took Rashad White.
Sad.
You guys think Rashad White is a worse pick than Bucky? I think I'd rather have Rashad White.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have White.
In the game script, though, I could see Tampa Bay trailing.
Tuna Fish, what is good, man?
Tuna, how we doing?
Tuna, hello. Thanks for hopping in. To me, there's a clear pick here at tight end, by the way.
I know you're going to say Goddard, but
no.
I don't want Goddard. Komet?
My pick was going to be Henry.
Yeah, he likes Henry.
I'm a Henry guy.
All right. That's kind of a little game stack. Tuna's not happy.
I think that's fine.
I did see that. I don't know what they're doing there.
What did you see?
There's no Wildcat this week. No $3.
Really? Oh, I didn't even notice.
Is that just because of maintenance?
I don't know.
I did notice while we were doing this draft that they did make one nice UI change where if you go back, leave the board for 1 second and go back to our team, it pops the matchup on the right. Like it shows you what team each player's on.
No, that's Josh's tool, the best ball overlay. That's
Josh, great. Great addition to the tool, man. Really like it. Go back to the board. We'll just recap our team.
Pop it out. Brian, you can do the honors, read it off, and also read off Wobby's team.
Sure. Yes. So before I do, if you guys are new and are enjoying the content, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Really helps out the channel grow. Trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year. And thank you all for those that continue to support us stream in and stream out. And if you guys are here, make sure you hit the like button. Really helps out the channel grow. With that said, we'll jump in and recap our team. Started our team with Bijan at the 106, followed by Jaden Daniels and then Brian Thomas. Rounded it out with Tony Pollard, Rome Odunze, and Hunter Henry. A little bit of correlation on the last two picks. I think those are both going to be sneaky good picks in the Dog Bowl, personally. And then as far as Wobby's team, he started with Jonathan Taylor. Really like that pick. I think he's going to project very well this week. Travis Kelce, Darnell Mooney, and Cortland Sutton as his wide receivers. Rashad White, a.k.a. the wrong buck, followed by a naked Bo Nix. Oh, no, I'm sorry. A skinny stack with Bo Nix and Cortland Sutton. That's an interesting build right there.
I like it. Yeah, I'm surprised Sutton went that late, to be honest.
Me too. He had a great week last week. He looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm like, I haven't watched any Broncos play because I'm not a sicko, but is like, does Bo Nix look good like an NFL quarterback yet or what?
He looks pretty good throwing. Like no one's doubted his arm talent. He's got a good arm.
Very accurate. He's very accurate. He's more athletic than you think he would be.
He is.
Yeah, I mean, he's just, he's not somebody who I think is going to make like every single play in the playbook, like a Mahomes, obviously. But I mean, he's very accurate. He's on time. Yeah, I mean, another guy that went to Oregon, Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert's a better talent than Bo Nix for sure. But yeah, I think Bo Nix is going to be a competent play just as an NFL quarterback and fantasy wise. I mean, with his rushing upside, Drake May, that's another good one that you just brought up on the board. His rushing upside is huge.
Second in scramble. Let me zoom in. Drake May, second in scramble rate, first in avoided tackles per rush, first in first downs per rush, first in yards per rush. This guy is the quarterback 16. I just saw this now. Also, let's get political a little bit. Did you see Skip Bayless' Twitter got hacked?
No.
Yeah, this guy, he said LeBron's the GOAT. And that's when you know he got hacked. All the other stuff you could write off, but King LeBron, like, that's how you know.
That is the most awesome thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I just thought I'd share that. I thought it was funny.
Wow, that is so freaking
But
funny.
yeah, I think let's try and get some Drake May. Let's do even the 6-man. Let's do it. Let's do a Drake May team.
Skinny, like naked or a skinny stack?
Yeah, I am not picking any receivers. I mean, maybe
What about
if
Hunter Henry?
want, we could do Hunter Henry.
It worked out with
fine.
Burrow.
Fine, we'll do it. We'll do it.
It's very interesting. Like it seems other than this past week with Lamar and Zay, which even that didn't, I guess, necessarily have to get there. Like it seems like when you try to stack these like alpha receivers, like a Jamar Chase with Burrow, it never seems
it doesn't
to hit.
work.
Lamb and Dak, it doesn't work. It's like unbelievable this year.
There was a big argument, not like an argument, but like a discussion in week 4 when the Hoops Discord still cared about NFL. And John Boy Beats was saying that his theory is that if you take a guy like Jamar Chase early and you want to stack him with Burrow, that it's almost always better to double stack just because of like the way that, like, I don't know. He explained it better than I did. I didn't really agree with it, but I don't know.
It gives you extra exposure because if Burrow goes off and it's not a Chase week, then you'll have the guy that he's probably throwing it to that does go off.
Well, the theory is that like if Burrow goes off, they both probably go off. Whereas like it's hard to, like, if he said if you're gonna take Chase, like just trying to single stack, it's better just not take Burrow, take someone else.
That's fair.
All right, we're on the clock. Easy Kamara for me.
Okay, let's do it. We already had Bijan once, so
yeah.
Now, I know that you guys don't care much, but we also have two big things going on tonight. It's election night in America, and we also have the first college football playoff rankings being released tonight.
And trade deadline for the NFL was today.
Trade deadline, yeah. There was a couple of interesting moves, a lot of crap, but a couple of interesting moves. I mean, the Marshawn Lattimore, that's the move of the day, I think, for Washington.
I disagree. I think Jonathan Mingo going to the Cowboys is huge. It's going to really hurt CeeDee Lamb's.
You got to be joking.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Of course I'm kidding.
All right. Whew.
I saw someone tweeted out there. I can't even get a 4th-round pick in my dynasty for Jonathan Mingo.
It's true. That's very true.
So if we're gonna do that, the Patriots stack,
yep,
we're gonna need a running back or receiver here. Thoughts?
I would probably go Debo or Garrett Wilson.
I'm cool with
Debo. Oh, Garrett Wilson.
I prefer Debo, I think.
Yeah, I always prefer Debo, but
really?
I'm trying to not be biased, so I'm going a little too far with Garrett Wilson just to swing the pendulum back a bit.
I think that Garrett.
Like, also, like, so the thing with taking like deciding before you go into a draft, like you're going to do like a scroll down stack. Peter Overzet talks about this too on his channel, and congrats to him. He took 2nd place last week with a Geno Smith, Jackson Smith, and Jigba scroll down. Let's make this quick, then we'll talk about it. Anyone standing out here?
I mean, AJ Brown or CeeDee Lamb, like those are the two.
AJ Brown stands out to me. But yeah, he was like, so he drafted on a video last week on Friday or Thursday or whatever, the team that got 2nd place. And it, like, I'll send it to you guys. It's pretty cool to like watch his like thought process. He's really, really good at the 6-mans in NFL.
Is he?
Yeah. He's been on an absolute heater. Yeah, he got 2nd place with a huge scroll down team.
That's impressive.
I think Geno was like the quarterback 15.
He wasn't that good, but with
Overtime.
JSN, he was.
Yeah.
He probably had like
the
Zay
thing
Flowers.
Is like it's like the thing where if you take Geno, you're more likely to get to JSN, which is who you needed. Even though you didn't need Geno, you needed JSN.
Right. How do we not take CeeDee Lamb?
Yeah, can we please get one more pick?
I don't know if I want CeeDee Lamb, but like, how do you not take him in the 4th round? What are we doing?
Yeah.
I mean, look at our receivers now.
He had DK Metcalf too, but he got the Zay Flowers nut swap. Also, Zay Flowers ADP was too low. It was like 33 all week. What the fuck was that?
He's so good. I love him so much. I really do. He's one of my favorite players in the NFL.
I feel like his ADP is just never going to be super high no matter what he does, because people are just going to always prop up, like obviously Henry in that offense. Lamar's always going to be like the 1st or 2nd QB off the board. And a lot of people like to take Lamar naked. So I don't know. Zay is an interesting guy.
I highly doubt anyone's going to pick Drake May. I think
Yeah, I
someone's
agree.
more likely to take Hunter Henry.
Agreed. Man, this team on paper is fun to look at.
So here's my thing. Like, the problem with taking someone like Drake May this early in the week is, like, if he projects as like the quarterback 6, like, he's going to get steamed up so hard and he's going to get drafted a lot. But if he's like quarterback 9, which is kind of what we want, like, he's not going to get drafted at all, because like it's hard to move up unless you're getting drafted like frequently. And like being projected as the quarterback 9, you're only going to get drafted like 20% of the time. So he'll barely get steamed from like quarterback 16, which is super low. He'll be like super rare.
So you're hoping the projections are not that good for him so that he doesn't get drafted much.
Yeah, if we're going to take him early, yeah. And I'll probably be doing, I don't know if I have dog bulls in me today and tomorrow, but if I were doing it, I'd be hammering Drake May in the last round.
I think this is going to be pretty good.
I highly doubt he goes in the last round after projections come out.
Yeah, agree.
I don't disagree.
Do you guys have any thoughts on the NBA slate? No, I'm kidding.
No, I do have a thought. It's called Take Wembanyama 1.01.
Yeah, did you see what do you have? 9 blocks and 3 steals.
Yeah, I mean that's ridiculous.
Guy is ridiculous.
9 shots.
Guy is ridiculous.
Is he that good? I've never watched him, so I don't.
And I'm not even an NBA ball watcher, but he is fucking.
He is so good.
Really
it's insane. Guy plays point guard half the time. It's unbelievable.
It's good stuff.
Hop in another.
It just sucks he went to the Spurs because that's just such a shit team to watch.
Well, they got Chris Paul now. Chris Paul has been
like
going
the Spurs.
On too.
I know, but the Spurs, even when the Spurs were good, like they weren't like that, like fun. You know what I mean? It was like
so. This guy RT99
person on the Spurs.
RT99 is famous on Underdog. He's been known to do like insane dupe trains where he just like sets his ranks, drafts like the same team like 50 times, and then either gets first place or last place. That's pretty incredible stuff. It's
insane.
Not a good strategy. I do not recommend that.
I would never do that.
In fact, I do the exact opposite. I try to have as little dupes as possible. But yeah, also I did some, I don't know if you guys will even care about this. So I did some, let me share this. So I did some NBA analysis of like just like a random slate that I pulled the stuff from, the lineups from.
The people love NBA.
NBA is just the best, and these are like the total dupes for like each player, like each team, basically.
Oh wow!
And I also did like the most dupe team, and like you can I made it so you can search someone's name. So like search me.
You probably didn't have many, knowing you.
32, yeah. I'm really trying. I don't know if I want to say this, but I'm really trying to minimize my dupes in NBA. I think that's a big thing that people don't do and don't care about. Like people just enter like 150 drafts at once, and that feels wrong. I forgot we were in a draft, so let me go back to that because we're on the clock. Do you guys want to do a McCaffrey share?
Not really, but we can if we want to have one click of them, but I wouldn't.
I think we should.
Oh, that is such a like he's gonna have to produce his like RB1 to turn.
I think you guys are going to be incorrect on him. I think he's going to be full systems go once he's ready to come back, and if that is this week, I think he's going to play well.
Yeah. I'd be shocked.
But the odds of him, like, I mean, I will say to counter that though, San Francisco needs to start winning games. Like they're not in, like they're behind the Cardinals in the division right now, so it's not like they're like 7-1 or whatever, trying to just maintain. They're trying to catch.
We're on deck here. And I like Aaron Jones if he falls to us. His role is so elite.
You'd rather have Aaron Jones over JT?
I think so.
Okay. I'm 50-50. I don't really have a strong lean either way.
Another Kittle game. I mean, yeah, Kittle has been like the best tight end. We go with Aaron Jones
easily.
Here.
I'm good with either. Oh, Jonathan Taylor won. That makes it easy.
Do you guys know? I'm in a couple of dynasty leagues. And one of the dynasty leagues that I'm in, the commissioner does like a weekly recap, right? And he goes over who the leading player is at every position, like the number one player at every position. I honestly was shocked to hear this today when I was listening. Who's the number one, and I think it's full PPR, who's the number one wide receiver so far this year? Do you guys know who it is? I was surprised because it doesn't feel like this guy is having like that type of season, but he's the number one wide receiver right now. Eric, do you have a guess? I'm letting Eric think.
Justin Jefferson?
Nope. It is Jamar Chase.
Oh, wow.
Good job, Brian.
Wow, that's
He-
shocking.
No, it's not
Tuna-
shocking because he has.
tuna. That's a great answer.
Well, to be fair, though, Garrett Wilson is probably like top 5, but Chase had like that 1 week where he scored like 40 points. Other than that, he's been inconsistent at best.
It is. I looked at his game log, and it's strange because he's had like one game of like 40 something. He's had like a couple that are over 20, but then he's had like 3 that are like in the single digits. Very weird season for him. But yeah, when you put it all together, he's the wide receiver number 1 right now.
It also is a lot different because so many receivers are hurt. Like AJ Brown missed a bunch of games. Rashid Rice.
Also, Kittle.
Like
Kittle is not the number 1 tight end, which I was surprised by. Kittle is not the number 1 tight end. He's number 2.
Is it Bowers?
Bowers?
It is Bowers. Yep.
Insane. Yeah, that's something like just like looking back on like best ball, we weren't taking the best tight end prospect of all time in the 120s. Like, we should have taken him every time. Do you guys want to do like a San Francisco like huge stack here?
That's what I was just about to suggest.
So I think going back to the McCaffrey thing, I think even if he's not full go, like I said, I think he could still get there because they're gonna play him in the red zone when they need him. They're gonna play him on third downs. When he's in the game, they're gonna want to get him the ball, So I don't think he needs a full workload to even get there because he's just so good.
That's fair. So we have McCaffrey, Aaron Jones, and Deebo Samuel. We're keeping the tradition, though, of drafting good football players alive the last couple of weeks, and I've very much appreciated it.
Yeah. Do we want to do like CeeDee Lamb? Do we want to do Kareem Hunt?
We can't draft a running back.
Oh, we can't. So we can't do Kareem Hunt.
To me, there's a teardrop after McBride at tight end.
I think we do Purdy and lock it up.
Okay, we can do that.
I don't want the Kittle night drafter to fuck with us.
So you would rather? Okay, I guess. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. You would rather in that situation just because we had Deebo and McCaffrey, you'd rather go Purdy than to draft Daniels again.
That's just like a lesson I've learned from like drafting a lot. Like the risk of losing your stack is pretty much never worth, especially like when it's double stacked. The risk of losing that is just not worth like whatever positional scarcity you lose.
Hopefully he doesn't even go. The guy, I think we would only have to pass this guy who doesn't have a tight end yet.
Big Daddy Gun. Nice.
Big Daddy Gun. I wonder who he voted for today.
Hopefully he at least votes to punt the tight end. That's what we need.
Oh man, dude,
Mooney.
CeeDee Lamb might fall to us again, and we may have to draft him again.
What if I told you, 3 months ago when we were doing best ball drafts, that in week 10 Darnell Mooney would be going ahead of CeeDee Lamb?
I would have thought you were on some serious crack cocaine.
Yeah. George Pickens, come on,
dude.
He does fall to us.
What are we doing?
Oh my god! That just. I know we were talking about if Trey McBride falls.
So if Lamb is falling like this and we just keep taking him, does that mean like everybody else in the room is smarter than us? Like, are we just the dumbest people in the room?
Here's the thing. Like, do we trust these people? Do we think ththese people, Mr. KC1146 and Course Green and Big Daddy Gun, do we think that they know what they're doing?
Not really.
Okay, so I wouldn't really worry about it. Like, if we, so that's the thing. Like, when we see someone like Crash Rich, who I know is good at the game, and like he's taking McCaffrey at the 3rd pick in the dog bowl, I'm like, yeah, like maybe we should probably consider that. But like when Big Daddy Gun passes on CeeDee Lamb, it doesn't move the needle for me.
Holy shit, we're gonna get our guy.
This guy picked Kyler. He's gonna go for the stack.
Oh, sad.
Unfortunately. Oh my god.
He did not. He is an idiot.
What an absolute bot. All right.
Wow,
so hope you guys enjoyed the stream. We're going to log off. We just drafted the winner. We'll see you guys next week.
That team is sick. Holy crap. Talk about good football players. Let's recap this bad boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we got the San Francisco double with McCaffrey and Deebo, with Aaron Jones, CeeDee Lamb, and Trey McBride.
Just imagine CeeDee Lamb, I'll create a vision for you guys. This is the San Francisco get-right game with McCaffrey back, close to full strength, obviously without Ayuk. Big Deebo game, McCaffrey scores 2 touchdowns, Lamb is hyper-targeted, Aaron Jones falls in the end zone and gets his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year, which is ridiculous that he only has 2. And then McBride actually gets his first passing touchdown. This could be a week of firsts, and we have the team to do it.
Yeah.
And Kareem Hunt is going to go undrafted in that, by the way, which is just insane.
Oh, we got the only sport on today, NHL.
Wow.
What a sad day.
That
It
is
was
sad.
so weird, like hopping in the lobby this morning before like 8 a.m. before the maintenance, and it was just like
Golf.
PGA for next season.
Yeah.
Really?
That was weird. It was 2 tournaments. Never seen that before.
That's crazy.
So RT99.
All right, the 1.01.
Yeah.
Nice.
What do we want to do?
Finally take
Barkley
Jefferson.
or Jay Jettis?
Oh, this is 100% Jefferson. Look at the
I
drop
agree.
off in receiver after him.
The problem is by the time we get to like the 12th pick, like the drop off is still pretty. These from our drafts, these guys have been going ahead of the turn. So
Well, that's because we've been taking him.
that's true. Yeah.
I wouldn't be
Big
surprised
Daddy
if
Rocks,
it
by the way.
There is a few college basketball games on tonight. I think it's mostly shit teams, but despite that, I know all of their team names, so that I can guarantee you.
You guys want to do like an NBA draft after this? See how we're feeling, how the vibes are.
Yeah, I'll donate some money.
I'll do it.
Yeah, we can see how many names we know. It's always a fun game to play.
I'm glad you enjoy it.
Also, you said when I sent you the screenshot yesterday, there's 2 things I want to talk about. Make this pick first. There's 2 things I want to talk about. One, you said we got it with the wrong Nikola Jokic. Not true. That's Nikola Jovic. I had it with Nikola Vucevic. Those are 3 different guys.
There's 3 Nicolas?
Yes.
I'm done. Too many. And do they call him like Nicola L and like Lil Nicole or something like that? Like they do the other guy?
J Dub and J Will.
Yeah, whoever it is.
Yeah. No, they don't do that, unfortunately.
Well, I think that's very I don't think you're being very accepting of their culture. We have multiple Johns in this country, and nobody says to us, "Oh, you're all named John."
But they don't all play basketball.
Well, there's 3 there's a couple different Anthonys in the NBA right now that are both very good. Davis and Edwards.
Davis and Edwards. Well, Davis is hurt, isn't he?
He might play.
Okay. What was the other thing I said in that text that was worth calling out?
That you said, man, I have to start maxing NBA. Like, wow, that hurts. I guess I'm dumb. I guess I'm just a moron.
No, you're not dumb. You're a projection bro through and through in every sport. So if you continuously are having success in NBA, then that means the projections are clearly doing what they're supposed to.
It's not about the projections, about how you use the projections.
Oh.
All right, let's
my ass.
Start maxing. See you at the top.
I don't want to. I'm scared.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of running backs.
So Jalen Hurts goes number 6 overall.
Wow.
That feels wrong.
Yeah, that's not
It does feel wrong.
I'm in another dog bowl. We need 4 for this dog bowl. Now
here
5.
We go again.
Someone just left because I want to do a Drake May. I want to do a Drake May stack there. So
I'm just as optimistic this week on Caleb as I am Drake May. Although obviously higher rushing upside with May.
Oh, I am not optimistic on Caleb.
No, I just don't know.
Wow, how the tables turn. In BBM, you guys liked him, and I was fading him, and now I want him, and you guys are like, yeah, I'm good.
Because Shane Waldron is still a terrorist.
I know.
It's unbelievable. The guy... Yeah. No, don't get me started on Shane Waldron. He sucks.
Didn't DJ Moore also make a comment recently where he was like, I don't think I hope we haven't lost the locker room or something. I don't know if you guys saw that.
That's what you want to hear.
Oh, wow, that's bad. I mean, is this a Kittle, Debo, Purdy?
I don't think we need to do that again.
Okay. Who would you want besides Kittle since we have back-to-back?
I have no strong leans.
Also, just for reference, Denver plays a lot of man defense, like man coverage.
Go ahead.
Kelsey could also. Kelsey. I'm torn between which one I think is going to do better.
I was going to say, do you guys want to get freaky and do double tight end, or is that too freaky?
No.
I veto immediately.
No.
Anyone jumping out?
Let's see the running backs. Then we can wait, I think. I don't know. I feel like Debo's just always staring at me, but I don't want. him and
A
Debo.
decent strategy. We could just do like Sam Darnold, and then because like how many
Addison.
people are going to do this and take Sam Darnold here, and then have 3 people later in the draft?
That's fair. Yeah. Okay. I'm fine with that. Against Jacksonville, yeah, Darnold is one of my my must drafts this week.
A little bit of alpha for hoops. I hope no one who plays hoops is watching this, but that's a good strategy in hoops.
What is it exactly?
Taking someone a little bit earlier so you can get a couple late players instead of just one. That's all. I'll leave it at that. I'll let everyone simmer with that. There's a specific way to do it that I think is correct, that I've been doing more this year because I trusted my gut more, and it's been working. So
Cool.
leave it at that.
So started the team with Jefferson at the 101, Kittle, and then stacked with Darnold. So going no running back or zero running back to start. I'm interested to see who's there and what unattractive potential picks that we have to make.
This would be the week for zero running back, I think, because like just the depth
Agreed.
is compared to prior weeks.
Yeah, especially compared to, I feel like receiver, like from
Right.
like we said, from like Justin Jefferson down to like Pickens, Hopkins, Mooney, like that's kind of a big dip.
Yeah.
Do you have like a lean on the Jets guys this week, Adams or Wilson?
To me, it seems almost random. I don't want to draft either of them. I know it's not right, but I just have no idea who it's going to be.
Yeah, it definitely
Wilson's
feels wrong.
Been a target hog the past 4 games.
Yeah, he kind of has.
10 targets last week, I believe.
He's looked good.
Yeah, he has.
I watched him. He looks good. 10, 8, 9.
Yeah, that's the type of numbers. That's the number of targets.
Look at the targets.
That's what you want.
I mean, that paints the picture right there.
Oh, I didn't realize Adams had 11 too.
Yeah, he had that one meaningless touchdown at the end of the game to ice it.
Yeah, right. I mean, I guess it's not meaningless if you ice the game.
Well, I mean, it was like they were going to win anyway.
You expect a low-scoring winner this week? Yeah, the slate's smaller, so that's kind of just the way it goes. Like you don't need as many points, and that also could be like a reason to do like more double stacks this week because you don't expect the score to be like 160 like it was a couple weeks ago, where it's probably going to be like 130 to win. So if you just pick a game and guess, I think that's fine. So the only running back that's been taken was Anthony's boy Najee Harris.
There's a couple of good picks left on the board.
Do we lose Gumby?
I'm here.
We lost you.
Oh, it's me going in now?
Oh boy.
Robot.
Oh.
All right, we're on the clock.
Oh, AJ Brown went. That's what I was hoping was going to fall.
Oh wow, I didn't see you fell that far.
I'm good with Dobbins. Yeah, I like Dobbins this week.
I also think a sneaky pick is Justin Herbert too.
Well, yeah, but we can't do that.
No, we can't. I'm just saying, like in general, just because like people still think that they're like low pass rate team, but like they've been slinging it the past couple weeks.
Not anymore. Yeah, they're over that.
Any other their leans here at flex?
We could do London Q tag. That's interesting.
I like that.
I'm okay with him. And then we'll just take whatever running back falls. Most of these teams have 2 running backs at this point, so I'm fine to just continue to push.
Yeah. You can also do a 3 receiver team. I think that I haven't thought this through too much, but like just in my head, it feels like on a smaller slate, wide receiver, like 3 wide receiver teams might be better just because this guy just picked Julius Chestnut.
Is this the slate to do that with though? With the wide receivers being so thin compared to running back?
Like, are we is Cortland Sutton like a worse pick than, I don't know, I guess James Conner? I'd rather have James Conner. Ramondre or Pollard or Dowdle.
Yeah,
I'd rather have
that's fair.
Sutton than those guys, but I guess it depends how.
Why did that guy take Chestnut?
I don't know. Maybe he knows something. Maybe he works for the Titans.
Well, he's not doing a very good job if he does, because they suck.
Correct.
I'll continue to beat on the Sutton drum because he is just a very good football player, and Bo Nix is more competent than I think people gave credit to. So we'll see. Tuna says that Stevenson could be a good pick. I agree. I could see him falling in the end zone once or twice. Not an exciting matchup to go against with Chicago, but that is how you beat Chicago is through the ground. But 10 for 16, not
that is a stat line. I saw he got 19 points. That I'm just seeing his like actual box score for the first time right now. That is kind of unbelievable.
Yep. 2 touchdowns.
Multiple ways to get to 19 points. You could have 20 carries for 190 yards, or you can have that stat line.
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, 5 catches, and that's it.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of Mahomes this week against Denver?
I think they're 8.5 point favorites at home, and they're going to just continue. They're going to be able to run the ball and not have to score.
Mahomes had like a 25-point week last week.
24-17 game again.
I think he had 20. I think it was 24, but yeah, he had a good week. But he had to throw. That's the difference. Like, I don't think the Denver is going to make him throw. I think they're going to be able to control the game better.
James Cook week
Against Indy, that's the worst rushing defense in the league. So, although they have looked better the last 2 weeks, admittedly, but I think James Cook will probably project well.
I think so too. Tuna says it's a hunt week.
I agree.
Brian thinks it's always a hunt week.
So far, it's been right since he's been the starter. So you could say it.
Wait, I saw something great. Guess how many times Kareem Hunt was drafted in Best Ball Mania?
How many times?
How
Like
many
total
teams?
number?
How many teams?
How many total drafts were there?
672,672.
No, divided by 12.
What do you mean divided by 12?
Because
Like how many teams per draft, or how many like absolute value teams drafted him?
how many teams total have him? I guess it's not divided by 12. How many teams have him?
250.
Anthony got a
Few
number.
hundred? Few hundred?
4.
4?
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
I can't.
That's crazy.
BBM DB is down right now. I can't pull it up, but I checked yesterday. It was 4 teams.
That's insane.
I don't know why. I don't know if it let us take James Cook, but we got someone. Kind of queued up.
That's a shame. I like that team. I would have liked to recap it.
All right, let's hop in. Let's do a buzzer beater because I don't want to waste my bullets. Oh, instant fill. It's a hunt week until Pacheco is back. Bullish news on Pacheco too. Return.
What was it? I didn't see it.
He might return end of November.
Oh, was that bullish news? I thought that was what he was
I thought that
expecting
was-
to return.
Yeah.
I thought they said out for the season initially.
No.
No.
Never.
Oh.
Yeah,
Said
he
I
was
was
always
thinking
team.
couldn't do it. Yeah. I mean,
See,
like
this is what sucks is that I don't want the 6th pick in these NBA drafts. See, NFL, I feel so completely different, but in NBA, I just having the 6th pick, like I would probably just leave the draft.
yeah. If I'm guessing projections, it's probably going to be like the top 4 are in their own. Well, it's going to be like Victor Wembanyama and Luka in their own tier, and Anthony Davis. But it's hard because he's a Q tag.
But like, here's the thing. Like, look at this. This is the bullshit that NBA is compared to NFL, right? So like the number 1 pick, let's just say it stays true to ADP. So you get Wembanyama, who's projected 56.5, and if it stays true to ADP, our pick would be John Morant, who's projected 17 points lower.
Yeah,
that's some bull.
Yep.
So I'd be leaving the labby. I'd tank the draft. I would take Kendrick Perkins and hope that he gets thrown out.
You would be banned, my friend.
I'll create another account.
You need Hallie? Never Hallie. Never Hallie. Never.
Who's Hallie? Oh, Halliburton?
Yeah. He refuses to shoot the ball. He's a beta. He doesn't want to he ruins so many good teams.
I would probably like LeBron. Oh, he's gone.
Nope.
That's a shame. What about LaMelo?
I like LaMelo.
I'm okay with LaMelo. You always say he seems to project well. We have 2 picks though.
Yeah. I don't know why he only played 24 minutes. I'm guessing probably foul trouble, but not sure.
Brunson.
I like Cat.
I think Towns might be a better pick.
Okay.
I say this as if I watched basketball once this year.
Yeah.
Towns projected better last slate.
Oh, we got to take my favorite player if he comes back to us. I hope he does.
Who?
Sengun.
Yeah. Yep. He was on my heat check team that way.
Yeah.
I was just about to say he was on. I remember that name.
Is he Turkish?
So is the other Nikola Jokic, who's not Nikola Jokic.
There's 3 of them. Just remember that.
There's 3. Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Only
Former
one on the
Magic
slate.
legend.
There's no one else in the slate, fortunately. I like how the best ball overlay gets messed up, and it thinks that the Detroit Charlotte game is a 3.5 point spread and a 49 point total. That's good stuff. And the Chicago-Dallas game is going to be cloudy, so adjust the ranks.
Maybe that's why you're not a weather bro, because all the NBA games are in a dome.
Yeah, nothing matters. Wow, I'm surprised Ja fell that far.
Yeah, I don't know why nobody else wanted him.
I would have taken him with LeBron.
Would you?
I just
How
don't
much
like
does it matter?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, what are you gonna say?
How much does it matter to like correlate like Chicago Dallas? Like, do you want multiple players on opposing teams in the game generally, or is it just pick the best player?
It's 99% of the time it's pick the best player. Like you'll get like a tiny edge from doing that like inconsistently. But like it's just not worth it. Like
Gotcha.
The time you would save by just autoing versus trying to get that. It is something people do to avoid like a lot of times you'll see like Luka and Kyrie like line up where it's like Luka is like the 1 ADP and then like Kyrie's 12 ADP and like you don't really want to always have them together because it's hard for them to both hit like a true ceiling.
Right.
Sengun.
Let's do it.
You got 2 picks. Why is
Love
Curry
this guy.
scoring so much?
Look at you, 57 last game.
Because Steve Kerr is a terrorist and he just plays everyone 20 minutes a game. It's this.
Okay, yeah. Don't take him.
I like Siakam. I like Zion if he plays.
He's Mobley?
Really playing. You like Mobley? You're a Mobley guy?
I like the name.
All right. Let's do it.
Oh, we got the fro without the yo. Jared Allen. I would have picked him.
Yeah, he had a great game last game, 50.
We love Jared Allen. He's a fan favorite of ours.
Franz Wagner.
Nope. I will never let you take him.
I feel like you know all these guys, Brian. Curry, Siakam, Zion.
Yeah.
You know Miles Turner?
No.
Really?
No. Derek White, I know. He's on Boston.
Yeah.
Jaron who?
Jaron Duran.
Jaron Duran. I know that name, but I can't place the face. Jaron Duran, isn't that a baseball player on the
Yeah, I think you meant Jalen Duran.
Jalen Duran, sorry. I don't know ball.
I was gonna say that's the guy in the Red Sox.
Yeah. This guy.
Okay, maybe that's who I was thinking.
That was the guy that made some questionable comments to a fan.
Yeah. That's always like a funny reference in the Discord. People will call someone like a Red Sox fan.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Tuna called us out. Said he was going to say to take the throw, and you know what? We let him down, and not only that, he got picked with the next one. And that
I know that makes me think we don't know ball.
Gen Z, very happy about it. I'm sure.
This guy Jalen Green that just got picked. He is famous for only scoring points, getting no other stats. Let's see if he's true to that. Oh, he had a steal. That's very rare for him.
He had 12 boards a few days ago.
Wow.
What position is he?
Positions aren't real.
Is he a big man or a little man?
No, he's like a wing.
Like a medium-sized man.
Yeah, he's an average man. Well,
he's an average NFL man.
We
or NBA man, I mean.
All right, we're coming up here. Any names you guys like? Anyone?
I know the name Chris Paul.
Chris Paul has been
wow
nice.
I hope so. He's only been in the league since 2003.
Mikal Bridges. What do we think about Mikal Bridges?
Oh,
I know that Nez told us to stay away forever, so I will continue to stay away.
Yeah. What about Fred VanVleet? It's another.
And I was going to say, I'm not going to let you FVV us this week. Not today.
I had him so much yesterday. He had like 25 fantasy points after the first quarter and finished with 36. So like classic Fred VanVleet. Never. That's
Fred crazy. You were probably so happy, only to be so let down.
Yep. So we can do Chris Paul. And then I think Jaylen Brown's out. I think this is wrong, yeah. And then Jaren Jackson, Darius Garland are both fine. Kobe White is probably fine.
Is there no benefit to doing a Q tag, like taking a Jaylen Brown, knowing he's not going to play, and then just swapping him out for rankings?
It won't let you take him because he's like actually out. The Q tag is glitched.
Oh, interesting. Underdog. I didn't realize Underdog plays God.
Let's just take Edie.
No.
He stays out of foul trouble.
He had a great game though the other day. He was hitting threes and shit. It was unbelievable.
Holy Lord.
50 points?
Wow.
All right, let's do it. We'll do it. Fine, you can me.
I remember we took him.
I wasn't even being serious, but
opening day.
All right, let's do one more. You guys want to do one more BR in NFL?
Yeah, we'll do one more. And then I can share my top 3 at each position. Some of this is, I will admit, I'm looking at my rankings. I'm kind of disgusted with myself. Some of it is very chalky, but it just depends on the week. I'm not going to force it if it's not there.
That still swept the Grizz. It was like, it really was unbelievable to watch like Zach Edey hit like a pull-up transition 3. I was like, where did this come from?
Hey, I'm going to look this up before we pick. I want you each to guess total number of threes Zach Edey hit in his career at Purdue.
I think it was 1.
I'm gonna go
And
with
you probably
3.
remember the game.
3. But yeah, he looked good. Like that's my biggest ball number take for this season. That Zach Edey is actually like going to be a good NBA player. And if
He's been good. Who's leading the Rookie of the Year right now, Eric?
I don't
Is
know.
it Edey?
I don't know. I don't even know if like anyone cares about that yet.
Did you find it, Brian?
I did. Yeah, he made 1 3.
Yeah, I was
years.
Right. All right, let me guess who was against.
Let me. You know who? I don't know who was against.
I don't know. Okay. How many attempts?
Yeah. How many total attempts in 4 years? He played 138 games. How many 3-pointer attempts did Zach Edey have in his career at Purdue?
2.
Eric?
1.
He had 2.
Oh,
That's unbelievable. 138 games. He attempted 1,500 field goals, 2 threes.
If you find out, because I'm 2 for 2 right now. If you find out who's against, don't say it, and I'll take a guess.
I found it.
Go ahead.
Right, I have no idea. I'm just going to take a guess. I'm going to say it was against Michigan State.
No.
Who was it against? Indiana.
Did he nail it?
Oh my God, he banked it.
Oh, I remember watching that. That was in March Madness, wasn't it?
I think it might have been a conference tournament game.
I remember it was towards the end of the season because I actually watched that. I was like, holy shit, he's going to actually shoot it. And then you just hear this thud against the wall. It's like, holy crap, that's why he doesn't shoot those threes.
Yeah.
That's no.
McCaffrey or Bijan?
I would probably default to Bijan, but if you want to go McCaffrey, I'm okay with it.
I'm cool.
I don't care.
Want to go Bijan?
Let's do.
I will say we have, I think the odds
RNG.
of getting.
All right, number 1.
Who'd you assign that to?
Whoever's the top guy. McCaffrey.
Oh. All
Sorry,
right,
guys, overruled.
Hey, we'll let RNG. RNG worked so well for you last week. Might as well go back to it.
Got to run it back. It can't fail me every time, right? That's just the RNG nature of it.
Sure.
Tuna says, I'm in shock. Brooklyn is fun to watch so far. Yeah. I don't know. I think they're a bad basketball team. And
do you?
I don't know if it's sustainable, but they have been fun to watch. He is not wrong. We're on deck here. I would love if Breece Hall fell to us. That would be very nice.
Yeah, we don't have any of him so far.
Maybe Go Bird's going to pick AJ Brown. Nope, he just ruins our day.
Do we want to go high quarterback once or no?
We could try it. You have a lean either way.
I have Josh Allen as my number 1.
Okay.
You don't, Anthony?
I would lean Hurts, but that's just me. I'm fine with Allen. I mean, I like Allen. I don't have an issue with it.
I just think Flacco has a higher chance to put up points to make Allen score than I do with Cooper Rush.
Sound logic.
Thanks.
So the thing is, so with Josh Allen, right? So because his stacking partners go so late, he's going to be stacked very frequently with these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Do
you want to take him naked or take him with a stack?
Does he get stacked a lot? I would have thought compared to other quarterbacks, he wouldn't get stacked much.
You would think that, but based on what I'm seeing, I would check the BBMDB, but it's down. Based on what I've seen, it seems like he's I don't think people do that enough, do the naked thing enough when someone's pass catchers are free, because it's I'll just take this guy at the end, where it's Lamar and Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers and Lamar are both always pushed up, so it's harder to get them together because people will take Zay Flowers without Lamar. So that just naturally drops the stacking rate down. Whereas I would say probably 70% of Josh Allen's going to be stacked when these guys are all going in the 34s.
So are you suggesting that we do stack Allen, or we just have him naked?
I would say if we're just going to do one draft with him, I'd probably just do it naked.
I'm okay with that. Now, if I don't expect Debo to fall, but hypothetically, Debo falls. We already have McCaffrey. We already locked up Allen, so we wouldn't be able to get Purdy. Is Debo like a no-go for you just because of the team we're constructing?
I think they can both still get there, especially with the 50-point team total.
That's fair. But you don't think not having Purdy would make the team irrelevant?
No, I think it's a little thinner, but I think it's fine. Especially like we said, on a smaller slate, lower scoring, like you don't need like a ton of points. You just need like a bunch of good players.
Right.
Tuna said I usually do Cook or Kincaid or just naked. I take no wide receiver with Josh Allen.
I agree, Tuna. I don't think I've seen like a receiver get there with Allen in any week this season. Like, what receiver has gotten there with him? Even in the games when he's been good.
We're on the clock here.
What's your lean, Eric?
Probably Devontae Adams.
I'm okay with that, and then hope Cooks falls and we can stack him with Allen. I do like James Cook this week against the Colts. That's going to be a fun matchup.
I like Kate Otten personally. We could do Josh Allen and James Cook, but I would prefer not.
Okay, we could get some correlation with Otten and McCaffrey in the same game.
Yeah,
I know it's not like intentional, but it's a nice benefit.
I didn't see Kate Otten too. I would have probably taken him over Devontae Adams if I saw him earlier.
I don't even know. Like, is it even worth mentioning that he's going to rise? He's already going as tight end 3?
I don't know if he is going to rise.
Yeah.
Oh, really? You don't think so?
Maybe a little bit.
Who's he going to rise above, though? Is he going to rise above Kittle, or who else is going?
It's just Kittle or Kelsey.
Yeah.
So an interesting thing I've noticed about like tight ends is that like their projection doesn't really influence where they go in the drafts. It's more like the guys like around them. So it's like when there's a teardrop at like the flex positions, like running back and wide receiver, that's where the tight ends go. It doesn't really matter how much higher they are projected, if that makes sense. Where it's like, oh, like all the running backs and receivers are the same. Let me just take a tight end.
That's interesting. Yeah, I feel like most weeks there's always like a dead spot, it seems, and it's really just figuring out what to do after like the first 10, 12 picks that I find are like the most valuable picks to be made.
So Otten goes. Do we want to keep doing the CeeDee Lamb thing? Do you want to do McBride?
Lamb or Cook? That would be my lean.
These are my two.
Okay. Who do you want? Or who do you guys want? I'm good with both. There is a bigger teardrop after McBride.
With Lamb.
There is a bigger teardrop after McBride, I think.
I don't think so. Evan Ingram and Taysom Hill are both fine.
Kincaid, Josh Allen.
Yeah, we could do that.
I think it's almost he has to one of these days Kincaid is going to have like a 20-point performance, I'm convinced.
So like just to kind of illustrate what I'm doing here, what I'm talking about. So like this is a pretty clear tier, like from here to Brees.
Mm-hmm.
And then so what happens? What do people do? They take the quarterbacks. And then after that, it's like I think what it's gonna be is like, let me take these guys away. I'll make sure we're not picking two. I think it's gonna condense around like this here, and this is gonna be a tier, and then either before or after this tier, it's just gonna be Kittle, Kelsey, and Otten.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's not about like how these three project. It's more about like how this tier shakes out. And I wouldn't be surprised if they get pushed up because they're probably gonna project well, so they might be pushed up before the tier next to the quarterbacks. But
right, yeah, it's interesting. It's always fun how these drafts just kind of unfold, and it's just like repeating the same thing, just different iterations of the same draft, and the same way these guys go, just in different order.
Yeah. It's always so interesting to see like week to week, like how much people change after like a big game and like how like much people care about matchups and stuff. It's always interesting to see.
Well, the matchups make it easy to justify who you pick and why.
We're on the clock here.
What do we need still? Running back,
tight end, and a flex.
Tight end and flex.
Or a flex, yeah.
I like Ingram and Taylor. Take them. Or I guess we could just do
Kincaid. I'm
good
with either.
I don't mind if we want to do 3 wide receiver build. I don't mind London again. Or Mooney.
We got Ingram.
That's fine. Ingram's going to project well.
Yes, he is. Is
He
Kirk?
might not. He's
Kirk's
not
done for
going to
the
do
season,
anything.
right? Christian
He's not
Kirk?
going to do anything with it, but he'll project well.
That's half the battle. We'll take these Titans out. So,
It's
do you
me.
want to do like a? How do you like Swift this week, Brian? Do you like him again or no?
Anthony, I don't know much about the Patriots run D. Is it any good?
No, the team's just bad. Everything about it.
The game total is just super low. Sutton? We can do a little Sutton.
I like
I
Sutton.
want to do London. It's hard to take Sutton over London, though.
It is. I would take London and then Q tag him and hopefully get Sutton if he doesn't get drafted. That's a good team.
Yep. And Brian, do you want to go over your biggest risers?
Yeah, I'm going to do top 3 at each position. Again, I already mentioned and alluded to this earlier, but some of these are a bit chalky. It's just how the week plays out. So quarterback, Josh Allen, number 1. I have Kirk Cousins at number 2. We didn't really talk about Atlanta that much, and specifically Kirk Cousins. He's been a baller recently, so I really like Kirk Cousins this week. And Sam Darnold, that's the third guy I think
Wow.
is a sneaky
Not
play.
going to put Hurts in the top 3 even. Wow.
Hurts is 4. And
Okay.
again, if I like, I don't, it's so hard to like last week it was a Saquon week. Maybe this week it's a Hurts tush push for 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, but what did Hurts get last week fantasy point wise, even though it wasn't like really his week?
30.
He got 29.9.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I
mean, the dude just scores.
I know, but like Philly's defense has gotten better. Dallas is playing with Cooper Rush. I just don't know if they're going to have to score a lot of points. Like I could see them just running. I could see this being another Saquon week where he just gets a lot of opportunities, like 30 rushes, and they just run the clock out and just win by 2 touchdowns easily.
I'll give a couple bonus ones: Justin Herbert and Drake May.
I like it. Anthony, anything to add at the quarterback spot?
No, I think that Hurts is going to be I'm hoping in the drafts that I do that people are thinking the same as you, Brian, because I would love to take Hurts lower than I have to.
Right. It's also hard to take Hurts. Like we don't even know the status of AJ Brown. Like what if he's not playing?
That's what Tuna just said too.
Yeah, Tuna, good man. Glad we're on the same page.
I'd have to see his points the couple games that AJ Brown was out to know if that's true.
Running back, top 3. These are just simply risers because it's not helpful to just name Saquon, Kamara, and Bijan.
Correct.
But top 3 guys that I think are going to rise: James Cook going currently 22. I know it's a bit fake. Kareem Hunt, and then late round scroll down, Mr. Najee Harris, 300-yard games back to back to back. He's looked pretty good. He's one of those guys that kind of comes on as the season progresses. He's a Yeti. He just gets the colder it gets, the harder it is to tackle him, and it hurts more when you have to bring him down. So I think he could have a good week this week.
Yeah.
Eric, any bonuses?
So my potential bonus is Austin Eckler if Brian Robinson doesn't play. Not sure if he re-aggravated his hamstring or if it was just not healthy enough. If he re-aggravated, he probably won't play. If it just wasn't healthy enough, he probably will. So I'd wait for news there, but I'll add James Conner.
Yeah, I like Connor.
Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony, any players?
I say this as somebody who's clearly not a Najee fan. I think I've been clear about that, but I think I actually do like Najee as a scroll down this week. I kind of have to agree with you on that one because what's his draft percentage going to be? Not that high, so that is interesting to me.
15%, 20%.
Yeah. Just the scarcity factor makes you like him even more.
I mean, if he keeps rushing for 100 yards and one of these days at the 1 he just falls in, plows his way into the end zone, he could end up with a 20-point week, and then it's like shit. You take him in the 6th round. Not a lot of people are drafting him, and yeah, that could be fruitful.
Yeah, here's my question: if he had a touchdown last week, where does he go this week?
Right,
right around James Cook.
Yeah, probably genuinely.
That wasn't a joke.
Yeah.
Before getting into the wide receivers, if you guys are enjoying the content and you are new, make sure you hit that subscribe button. On our way to 500 subscribers by the end of the year. If you're in the stream now, hit that like button. We're watching it. I can see there's 20 people in the stream. We got 9 likes. The math doesn't add up. The Sims don't like that math. We want to get that close to 100%, not 50. So don't come tied for the third. Don't come in tied for third in the dog bowl. Don't have to do that draft with crutches on a Friday night where you're sweating and being scared. Subscribe, put out the good energy, and enjoy the trip to Dallas when you win. Wide receivers. Justin Jefferson should be going clear 101. That's a PSA, just simply by positional scarcity. He should be the 101 in every single draft. Two guys that I like, almost independent, this first guy, Darnell Mooney. Whether or not Drake London plays, I still like Mooney this week. New Orleans is reeling. They've lost like 17 games in a row. Mooney's target share has been great. His air yards this past week are really, really good. Whether London plays or not, I still think Mooney is great value where he's going right now, and I expect him to rise a lot once projections are out. And then final one, Brian Thomas against Minnesota. I've talked about Minnesota a lot. They are a pass funnel defense. Trevor Lawrence looks pretty awful. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts or if he's just kind of checked out of the season. But Brian Thomas, every time he gets the ball, has been doing great stuff with it. So I think he's going to rise. Him going in the late sixth round doesn't make much sense to me personally. I think they're going to be trailing most of the game, and I think he's going to be the beneficiary of extra target volume.
Yeah, I'll add one. I'll add Jordan Addison because Sam Darnold is going to project as like the quarterback 3 or 4, maybe ahead of Daniels, maybe not. And it's just easy direct leverage on someone going every time, just Jefferson.
Yep. Yeah, I like that call. Anthony, any additional call outs you want to make?
No, I mean, those are good thoughts. I mean, I think, Josh Downs again, obviously now that Flacco's there, we know he's going to be in the driver's seat for that offense moving forward. So Downs is still interesting to me. I really hope that London does play because right now I feel like he's just getting drafted too low. And I think if he is definitely in this week, I would like to take him in a lot of drafts. So
I like it. Nope, not Pittman. Moving on to tight end. This is not my ranking, or this is not like one of my top 3, but just as a PSA, Kittle should be the 101, or not the 101, the first tight end off the board. So just making that announcement because I know him and Kelsey kind of go back and forth. The top 3 that I think are going to rise. I think Cade Otton, even though he's like going tight end 3, I think 22. I think he's going to be lumped into that Kittle Kelsey range. So I wouldn't be surprised if he winds up going like 15th overall in a lot of these drafts. His target share is just too hard to ignore. They're going to be in a game script that's predictable where they're probably going to be trailing. They're going to have to throw the ball. They've really been struggling running the ball. Tampa Bay has. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see another double-digit performance from Cade Otton this week. And he's shown when he gets a lot of volume, he can be very productive. Double-digit targets.
3 straight weeks, double-digit targets. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. So I'm just at the tight end. It's all about chasing that opportunity and the target share. So really like him this week. Number 2, Dalton Kincaid against the Colts. I just think the Colts are not a good defense. Josh Allen is going to have his way with them. I hope one of these days he looks at Kincaid in the end zone and actually throws him the ball. Kincaid had 10 targets last week. Didn't do much with it. 4 for 32, I believe. But if I just think if you keep chasing the targets, eventually like the production will follow. And then 3rd, more of a late round scroll down, Mr. Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry's gotten 6, 8, and 9 targets the last 3 weeks he's played, between 50 and 92 yards the last couple of weeks. Hasn't scored a touchdown in any of the 3, so it makes him a bit annoying, in that regard. But I think there's a chance that he can do something special this week.
I'll add the same thing as with Hockenson as with Jordan Addison.
Yeah, that's what I was going to call out.
Yeah. Another fun one is
I think Hawkinson's one of those guys where, you kind of want to get ahead of his breakout game.
Yeah, agreed. Any other thoughts before we close out tonight, fellas?
No, thank you everyone for tuning in. Again, always much more fun to draft with you guys while kind of going back and forth with the chat. So thank you all for hopping in and looking forward to talking rankings and projections later on this week once they're released tomorrow.
Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it.
Thanks for joining in, everyone.
Appreciate everyone in the chat. Have a good night.